So I got a question here from a weightlifter about doing the Smolov squat cycle and maintaining his leg strength and back squat gains going to the next cycle, and how he might do that. So this is a lifter who's had struggle following programs in the past, but finally decided to commit to a consistent program and realized they needed to get their leg strength up, so they went on the Smolov program to focus on back squats and get that up, which is fine and great. But he sent me this the program it's a front squat focus cycle, and the next say 5-week cycle or so after this. And his concern was maintaining his squat strength that he gained in that phase. Now, a couple things to consider here is first that strength is specific. So no, what got you strong is what's going to keep you strong typically. There's ways to maintain certain things, but if you take out the heart and soul of that program, you're going to decline and regress a bit. So the front squat program he sent me had back squats that looked like doubles or triples at 70% for about 5 sets. That's very, very light. And sure, you're still back squatting. That's better than no back squatting at all. But the intensities and percentages are so light that coming off of a program like Smolov, which is typically about 4 days a week of squatting in the main cycles, that would be 9, 7s, 5s, and 3s with a lot of volume, to suddenly just 1 day a week at such a low percentage, you're going to have a huge drop off there. However, it does make some sense if you are going to transfer that into some front squat work on the other 2 days if the intensity is high enough. And also, it's a lift specific or snatch and clean jerk specific cycle. Now, if that's a 5-week cycle that you're putting some focus into the lifts, that's one thing, but you've got to expect there's going to be a certain percentage of drop off in those back squats. Some people more than others, and it depends how much strength you really gained out of that Smolov. It also depends on the kind of squatting programs you followed before that and how you maintain your strength. So I would, going from 4 days down to 1 day with low intensity is one thing, but you are adding like 2 other front squat days in there. So there may be some maintenance in there, but I would definitely prepare for a big drop off in back squat strength. But at the end of the day, what's the point? Your point is to do good snatches and clean jerks. So you got to see how this is transferring into your lifts, and perhaps maybe you want to do some more maintenance back squatting, whether that be a higher intensity sets and reps on that day, perhaps the multiple triples like you would have on that Saturday/Sunday workout where it's 10 triples. You may keep something closer to that scheme in there to maintain your leg strength, or perhaps even 5 triples or something along those lines at higher intensities. And I would do that somewhere in the earlier or middle part of the week, so where it doesn't hurt your heavy limit lifts closer to a Saturday where you're trying to peak those lifts for, say, a competition. But it could make sense, though, if you're really trying to put that energy into the Olympic lifts, but eventually you're going to degress. So definitely got to consider how to maintain that back squat strength. And again, another approach might be having a second back squat day where you're at least keeping the intensities higher. You could keep your lighter back squat volume day on 1 day, and maybe a second day where the intensity is a bit higher, just to maintain that neurological edge in terms of those higher loads you're able to achieve in the Smolov program. So yes, expect some drop off, and maybe perhaps tweak that front squat specific program to maintain some of that back squat strength. Test it out, see how it goes. In 5 weeks, myself personally, I would lose a lot of back squat strength there. But if it was all in order to get your snatch and clean jerk up, and that works, great. See how long that lasts into those 5 weeks, and perhaps you'll come up with a better strategy in order to keep your back squat and your lifts going up together. So good luck.